let's move on and talk about the true, again, spoilers, the true villain of this movie, the Enchantress, and her brother, Incubus.
Sorry, I just fell asleep there for a second.
What a, I can't swear, but what a poop show that
they never even call him
horrible.
Incubus, but yeah, we know that's who he is.
Yeah.
To be
Sure
honest,
they don't call him? I thought maybe there was one.
I didn't hear
who
it.
Cares?
But yeah, no, it was the worst. In the comic book, the Suicide Squad, the original run back from like 1987 with John Ostrander and like Luke McDonnell, it was like so good. And the Enchantress was on the team. She was June Moon, and then she would like almost reluctantly bring out the Enchantress because she was wild and crazily powerful, and she would help them complete the mission. But then she would kind of get out of control, and they would have to take her down. And
So it's like Jekyll and Hyde and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in the comic.
And I thought that's what they were going to do in the movie, and they were like, nope. And it was just such like dramatic struggle for her to try to contain the Enchantress. And the Enchantress, she was so like entertaining, and just the crazy stuff she would say when she came out. Yeah, in the comic, she would come out and be like, "I'll kill you all." And it was just like it was really fun. Like Deadshot had to like shoot her, and like his very precise aim, he would like graze her skull and like knocked her out just enough so she turned back into June Moon.
Yeah.
And they'd bring her back, haul her back to Belle Reve for rehabilitation. But yeah, so that was like an interesting dynamic. She was like actually a part of the team. And she was almost like their Hulk.
Team in this movie.
Enchantress was like their Hulk. She was like uncontrollable, and they had to like tame her. But in this, she just, for no reason, that we know really, she just kind of escapes, and she's like, I'm gonna make this generic world-destroying device, and then let me get my brother too.
It's a machine.
Yeah.
Another portal to the sky crap. How many of these movies? I mean, Marvel has done it too. Everyone, enough. Moratorium on a portal to the sky. And what the hell was it doing? Why was
nothing?
there
It wasn't doing
bunch
anything.
of crap floating
it
around?
was electrocuting things around the world.
And why did sorcery give everyone like giant syphilis sores on their face? I don't get it.
So first of all, I don't care about June Moon, and I don't care about Enchantress from the start, from the beginning when they're introduced. Super generic, like white bread, boring, like relationship with Rick Flag.
Which turned out to have been just a giant manipulation on Amanda Waller's part.
Amanda Waller says that at the very beginning. She's like, I manipulated him to fall in love with her so that I would have control of him.
I thought she didn't say that till later, but who cares?
She says it in the beginning when she's explaining the whole rundown. Cara Delevingne, not good.
She's terrible. She's Razzie worthy.
She's not good as June and not good as Enchantress. The whole reason, so this comes about because Amanda Waller has her heart and is like stabbing it like crazy. Like that's not going to have a terrible effect, but doesn't for some reason keep her brother in that secure case. She just leaves him out because why not?
No, she didn't know that he had a brother.
Yeah, she went back to her original cave and
found
the second totem and broke it to release the brother. But that's a small thing.
I thought she did know that she had a brother.
That Amanda Waller knew?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So that question is resolved. But then she's supposed to be a part of this team, like you said. But then they're like, oh, there's this beast. I'm just gonna take Enchantress by herself instead of with this team that we assembled. And then that immediately goes wrong. Hold on. Let me back up. Enchantress, like June just summons Enchantress in her sleep. That's how this all starts. Like
she is technically possessed by her. So
she is, but so she summons her, and then Enchantress goes to a bathroom. Like
well, talk about weird random recruitment thing.
Why didn't she possess Rick Flag? He was right there.
Yeah.
Like that would have been more interesting instead of just this random dude.
Yeah.
Okay, jump ahead.
Poor bastard, just trying to wash his hands.
Just trying to wash his hands. He's being a good guy.
He had plans for that night. Everything ruined.
And then you get to this again, like the worst editing jump for me in this movie. I don't like the beginning, how it starts off with the only two characters the movie cares about, and then like doesn't bother introducing any of the other Suicide Squad people in Belle Reve. But then you jump to the scene in the movie where they've assembled the squad. Amanda has approval to use the squad, and then she only sends in Enchantress. It immediately goes wrong in the next scene, and then it jumps to the next day. And then you're like, why did this happen? And that leads into this syphilis head.
And why couldn't Amanda Waller leave the city? Everyone else in the city did.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
Why did they have to go in and save her?
No clue.
It's like, it makes me so mad. And I seriously, like, that jarring thing with Enchantress in the middle when she brings about the whole second and third act bothered me. And then they fly into the city. The city is supposed to be evacuated, and yet someone guns down their helicopter. And me and the people who I was with, we were like, wait, who's there to shoot them down?
Yeah.
Then all these monsters show up, and I just legitimately, I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
Who are these creatures? And then they explain them afterwards. It was just a hodgepodge of sloppy.
Yeah. Why? Who did shoot them down? And
I think maybe those monsters
I think it
found
was
a
like
gun
her
or
army
something.
because
Yeah.
they have really good aim apparently.
And speaking, while we're going back to the feminist thing of just how like she was like this stereotypical gross like sexy witch, where like and in the comics she actually has a very sensible costume. It's like a green witch's outfit. But in the movie they make her this
from The Ring.
Yeah, it's this disgusting like big witch bikini. It was like super sexualized, and it was just over the top.
Oh my God,
and then
her
for her
dancing at the
so
end.
bad.
God, it was
And then
so
for her
terrible.
to transform a guy, like a person, into one of her goons, she has to like make out with them. So disgusting, so
Yeah.
gross, so unneeded.
I'm sorry. I think the last act of this movie is Fantastic Four level bad. Last year's Fantastic Four. And in fact, in some ways, I think Fantastic Four might be better.
It
than
does
this
reek
movie.
of reshoots, I'll
Yeah.
say, like the
Yeah.
last
I
act.
mean, yeah. What's his face? Rick Flag's hair changes from scene to scene. That's another
I
big
didn't
telltale sign.
notice that.
Oh yeah, no, my God. Every other shot, his hair was like different.
just like
you know,
Invisible Woman's hair was different, like you could tell it
Yeah,
was a wig.
exactly. It was the same thing. And then, but okay, so they all get to the train station to fight Enchantress. And what exactly was their plan? So they're going to blow up.
Yeah,
They're going to use a
can
bomb. And so
destroy
you need the
How did they
Suicide
know
Squad
that?
when the Navy SEALs or the guys whatever Special Forces guys were the ones that planted the actual bomb. Yeah, with a little help from Killer Croc. But and then Diablo is just so you assume you get all these people together to fight a witch, and they each just take one turn at a time, or
Why
mostly
did she
just
even
stand
bother
back
with
and just,
any of it?
you know.
Why did
Yeah.
Enchantress let them do it? She could have killed them a billion
Yeah,
times
and
over.
how did anyone know Diablo was gonna do that?
Yeah,
That he didn't like lay that card on the table. That was a surprise. Like if he didn't do that, Alice would have been wiped out.
Okay, and how about it just ending like a really bad '90s movie where it's just two giant, really crappy-looking CG characters duking it out? I mean, I interviewed the actor. I'm trying to Lane Shannon or something like that. The guy who plays Incubus, and he said that they used this really cutting edge technology, all these hundreds of cameras to capture everything. I'm like, it looks like crap from 1999.
It looks
It's like the end
terrible.
fight from Mortal Kombat 2, Annihilation.
It just this is your cutting edge visual technology.
Nope, wasn't very good.
No,
yeah.
yeah.
And Diablo
It's-
can morph himself into a giant
Not
fire
that I
monster.
knew about.
Even
but
going back a
apparently-
minute, like why they assemble the team, things go to crap in Midway City, and then they're like, okay, time to send in that team that Amanda Waller says. So you assume they're gonna go and fight this creature, but then their mission is apparently to go to the top of a building, which we later find out is because Amanda Waller's up there. But it was like you're like, what?
But Rick
it's
Flag's that
right
walks
there.
in and gets her
But it's
anyway,
right
so you
there.
didn't need them.
You're like, why are you here for? It's right there, that other thing.
Yeah, why? There's
Right,
no
what was the
reason she
plan to
couldn't
deal with
just walk
that then?
out.
They were just going to have the special forces
I think
guys
she wanted to
actually
be
fight
saved.
the supernatural people?
I don't know.